Blessings in the name of Yeshua. It just happens to be 1:14 in the morning. And some things was really bothering me. What kind of America do we want? What do we expect of America for ourselves? Do we want a country that is totally 100% dependent on the government? Taking care of us, making sure our day runs right, with the knowing, okay, the more independent we become on governments, the more that we lose our rights. I'm trying to be very honest with you. These things have been on my mind, and as I look around at the candidates we have to run for president, one we've already had in for 4 years, I don't see nothing different, maybe a little worse than when he got in. And yes, I know he inherited a mess, okay? I know that. But when you are working on it by printing more money, and that causes inflation, the more money that you have, the less of the value it is, and therefore the more you have to even buy a loaf of bread. Now, I don't really remember this, but I remember my mom and dad talking about when they could get a loaf of bread for a nickel. You can't do that now. And it's getting to the point that with this printing new money, is one of the biggest mistakes that America can make, because the more we print, the more we devaluate it. Where a dollar used to be, a long time ago, worth $1. Now, I don't even think it's worth 50 cents. But I'm really trying to tell you people, you need to wake up in more ways than one, because we're at an election time right now. And I joked about it on my other video about, I was thinking about writing in Willie Nelson's name. But you know, that's not far from the truth. I sit and listen to all the rhetoric that Obama has spewed out for 4 years and before when he was running. In a way, you know, he was kind of a truthful man. I think he tried to tell everybody what he wanted to make America. He wanted to make it more of a socialist country, make the people more dependent upon the government, you know, take from the rich and give to the poor. That's basically what happened in Russia when communists come in. That did happen when Hitler took over. He started printing more money, and he had people in a fix that they did what he said to do when he said to do it, because he was the ultimate power. And this is where we're headed with the United States. We are sitting back, wringing our hands, going, I don't know what to do. I don't know who to vote for. And you know, this, isn't it very strange that usually we'll have a third party out there running? This year we don't. I mean, it's like it's set in stone. It's this weird feeling that we knew that Romney would get it before he ever got it. It just a weird feeling, you know. And of course we knew Obama would run because he's the president. But where's the third party that so many years we've had, that third party candidate out there running? And you don't even have that choice this year. It's either Obama or Romney. Setting up where I still think Obama will win. But I don't know for sure if I want myself to be right or wrong, because I don't trust Romney either. I just don't trust him. There's something there I don't trust. And I sure don't trust Obama. So who do we vote for? I mean it when I said that I'm going to write either Willie Nelson's name down or my name. I don't care. It is a protest. It's only what I can think of is a protest when you don't have anyone that I can see fit enough to be the President of the United States that's running. I don't think one is any better than the other. And hard times is coming to America. Just because of our own neglect and our own sin and the things that we have done. You may say, well, what kind of America would you like to see, Barbara? Well, when was America the best? What stage would I go back and want to live under? You know, I don't know. Because I read a lot of history, and all through history, America has had problems. With every president. Thomas Jefferson hated the Indians. Andrew Jackson, he drove them out. He drove the Cherokee out of their homeland and marched them on the Trail of Tears. I wouldn't want to have been during that time. And Abraham Lincoln, you hear a lot about. But it was time crises that's going on in Civil War. We had slaves here in America, and then a Civil War was fought. And I don't think I would have wanted to live back in that time because I just don't believe in enslaving people. I don't. Wouldn't own a slave. So, would I want to go back to the 50s? I was a child then, but then we had the Korean War, because before that we had World War II, and then before that World War One. We had the Great Depression. America has always had struggles, something going on. She's had her high points where prosperity was just abundant, and then she's had her low points where there's no work. All the way back to the Great Depression when there was just no work, none, no money, not even enough to really buy a loaf of bread. And in World War II, it was to the where you had to have stamps, not food like food stamps we have, but everybody would be issued out so many stamps to be able to buy a certain amount of food a month. And you had to have stamps, sugar stamps, gas stamps, flour stamps, stamps to pick up certain things to live on. While down in South Texas, they would take all of the vegetables and stuff, and if there was left over, they would pile them in big heaps, and to keep people from getting them that was starving, they put gasoline on them. My mama said that many a times she'd hurry down there and try to get potatoes and stuff before they poured the gasoline on. But whenever she couldn't, she'd still get it, and she'd bring back the vegetables and wash them and scrub them, and never could get a well, it was not just gasoline, it was diesel, which is, and she'd bring them back and scrub them and try to clean them up to the point and that they could eat them, and they would eat them. That's all they had. My mama lived in a house with a dirt floor, and she'd sweep the floor, pack down that hard dirt. Now, this is going through the Great Depressions. You had to have stamps to buy milk, and my mama had three children. I wasn't born until 1944, so it was coming out of it. But my brothers and sisters had to suffer, go hungry, go barefooted, didn't have good clothes to wear. You had to make do with what you had and scrub them on a washboard. And Mama many times had a meal, she'd cook a meal, and Made sure the kids ate, and if there was anything left over, she would eat. My mother, she's still alive. She could tell you a lot of things that went on during that time period. The suffering of the Great Depression, and the hurting of the people. How when the stock market fell, that the big shots, instead of dealing with it, would go to the windows and jump out and commit suicide because they know it was all gone. It was a time of great trouble, stress. But we struggled back. Struggle back. And you know what's so strange? Just before the Great Depression, there was the Roaring Twenties, and I mean, everybody was high, and everybody had work, and everybody had money, and then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, there was no more money. The banks had went bankrupt. The stock market had crashed, and no one had money. So what era would I want to live in? I don't think that if you're searching for peace and quiet, you probably wouldn't find it in any part of the history books. Really. I was raised on a ranch, and I always thought, man, I was born in the wrong era. I'd like to be in back there where they took the cattle drives all the way from way down in Texas and drove them up to Dodge City, Kansas, and sold the beef. You know, but really, no, that wasn't even the best of times. Every generation in America has had to struggle through something, and we are no exception to the rule. In the last few years, we have become pampered to the point that, you know, it's just like, it can't happen again. But it can, and it is. So, who do I vote for? Like I said, probably neither one of the ones that's running. I'm for America. I'm for America to grow and become a country that's not divided, but we're divided. There are many that's like me that is totally 100% against abortion. In our eyes, you are killing an innocent child. And it's not just a fetus, like they try to tell you. The very minute it is conceived, the very minute those cells start to divide, life has begun, because it takes life to grow. Without life, that cell would never divide and never even begin to grow into a baby. It takes life to do that. So the minute that that life has begun, and you do anything to kill that and stop it, you've killed a baby. You've killed a living organism. and same-sex marriages. No. You know, I know a lot of people that are gay, and they know exactly how I feel. I am totally 100% against gay marriages. Because to me, a marriage is between a man and a woman to become married, to make a family, to make a family. Meaning it takes this man and this woman together to bring forth life. Two men can't do that, nor two women. Now, I admit a woman can work her way around of not having to use a man because she can go to a bank to get herself artificially inseminated. But let me tell you, it still took the seed of the man, the donor, to impregnate that woman. She couldn't have done it by herself, nor could another woman have done it for her. It still takes the seed of a man to get a woman pregnant, to bring life about. What kind of America? I want America where America is truly free, where babies are not butchered before they're born, where if men want to be in this situation, a man with a man and a woman with a woman, what can I say? Go ahead and live together. But do not take what I feel in my belief is a very holy institution for a man and woman together, not two men, not two women. Because it seems to me like that's all they want to do is take and force themselves into every area of our life, whether we like it or not. And if we say anything against it, then we're in political correctness or on political correctness. We're judges, we're judgmental, we're homophobic, we're haters. No. There are just some things that I hold to a very high and holy standard that no one should fool with in any way, shape, nor form. And marriage is one of them. And anytime you're doing a sexual act outside of that marriage with that man or woman is sin. I mean, it is. It's biblical. God's laws. You see, I want to get people straight on this. I did not create this world. God did. I did not lay the foundations of this world. God did. I did not make the laws to live by of this world. God did. I am not the one that set up standards and said, if you do this, you sin. If you do that, you sin. But if you do this, then you receive blessings from me. He's the lawgiver. He made us. He made this world. We're at the goodness of His hand and His choosing. And if He lays down the rules and the regulations, then I am not going to argue with Him. I'm going to praise His holy name, even though sometimes I don't understand the whole of the thing. And so therefore, I don't judge anyone. I point out the scriptures to let you know who the judge is and who the one that is going to judge. And that if I break the same laws that you're breaking, I will be judged too. Not above and beyond it. And when somebody says something to you about this, and you go off and get all paranoid and want to boycott businesses like Chick-fil-A because the man was honest, he was a businessman, sold many a Chick-fil-A sandwiches to gay people. I mean, you know, it wasn't like if you drive up and you order something that first they say, "Are you gay?" Well, if you're gay, we're not going to sell food to you. No, they didn't do that. And I would not be surprised, truth known, there's some gay people working for that company. I could be wrong on that. But there are still gay people out there that can hide that just to carry down a job because they need a job. But all he did was make a simple statement on what he believed. And now the politicians and the gays want him to shut his mouth and want everybody like the man in Oklahoma that was running for office, and he happened to say the same thing. Now he was a Democrat. And so what does the Democrat Party do over there in Oklahoma? Withdraw their support. Because they won't back a man that would say something like that. And in the long run, he had to drop out of it. Couldn't run for the office. Our freedoms are going. I'm not telling you gay people not to have your relationship if that's what you choose. But don't come away and try to take away my beliefs, my constitutional right to believe the way I believe, and tread on me because I believe in the Bible and I believe in the scriptures. By the Constitution of the United States, I have as much right to say this as you have to say what you say. I'm sorry, people, but you need to stop and think. When a house is divided against itself, it will fall. Jesus Christ, Yeshua, said, "If a house be divided against itself, it shall fall." And we're divided. America is divided. We're divided upon the abortion subject. We're divided upon the gay marriage subject. We're divided on this war subject. There's many things that America is divided on. And I don't know why, but I just did not feel at ease until I brought this message for whatever reason. I mean, I could be asleep right now. But America, you do need to wake up. This is the year of the election. And let me tell you, after the election, many things was going to change. Father, I turn this over to you. I pray that you get the word out to the people and let them know thy true foundations that you have set up even in the beginning here in America, and that we have failed you. You have not failed us. So Father, forgive us. Forgive America and give your mercy once again to us. Wake up your leaders. Wake up the people that needs to be woke up. I'm asking this in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen and amen.